Hey everybody, and welcome back to Inside Gaming Daily for Thursday. Let's talk about the PS5 and yet another reveal. Gone are the days of PS5 not being shown to the masses, the unwashed masses. Now you're seeing everything.
Our eyes are opened.
Whether you like it or not.
Clarity.
This is not for the huddled masses, this is for the 4K enthusiast masses.
I should get to mass. I've been sinning a lot.
Anyways, the console is now less than a month away from release, and we've seen some of its games, the controller, and a complete teardown of the machine itself, so, you know, what's left to see,
Well, I'm so glad you asked. The main thing that Sony had not shown off was the UI, aka the user interface, but that all changed today as they released an 11-minute video walking us through it.
And in addition to letting you do the usual things like play games, shop, and see which friends are online, the new UI adds a number of features to the PS5 that are worth talking about that no one will use.
Shots fired.
So, let's see what we learned today. First off, Sony said the UI runs in 4K HDR, and the PS5 can capture 4K screenshots and video.
After logging in, the first thing we got to see was the control center, which is the screen where you can access the system while your game is still running. You get to it by pushing the PS button on the controller, the
The piss button.
What's that e-girl thing where it's like...
I got Dr. Phil saying it, and then it died after that.
I've been seeing some words in my comments that I need to ask you all about.
People keep calling me daddy, and I'm not sure if I'm supposed to like it.
Skiss, skiss, skiss.
I see people are standing me. What exactly does this mean?
No idea what the hell that is.
Well, it means that at the control center, there's a menu at the bottom that lets you see who's online. Check a download and manage your controller and power settings.
And
But the main part of the control center is a row of cards which lets you interact with games and the system. They showed off one card that gave news updates on certain games. Another card showed off a screenshot that they'd taken in the game.
It's awesome. I've always wanted my console UI to mirror a Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel.
This is very much like the smartphone or the iPad thing where it's like, oh, let's see what's happening in the Apple Dock.
Yeah.
A collection of all my favorite news, stories, and interactions with the world at large. And it's like, people are just gonna open Instagram.
So then we saw another card type that's completely new. It's called Activities, and Sony said it will remove barriers to gameplay. No one can stop me from playing my games.
Nope.
I'm also very confused if that is going to be like a replacement for trophies, or if that's going to work in tandem with it seems like a weird thing to have in tandem with trophies, because like it also seems like those are like dictated by the developer, which the trophies are also. So I don't know, it seems weird. I don't know. Best case scenario, I hope that they are tied into trophies, and those are just like tracking the trophies that you are most close to right now, and like the ones that make sense for where you are in the game, and they just for some reason are calling it activities. So
maybe. I don't know anything about trophies. Oh, that's right. I got one for participating all the time growing up. That's why I'm so effed up. Trophies or not, those activity cards, as Eurogamer explained, are curated entry points into a game. Those entry points were made by the developer, some in the form of challenges with specific objectives.
Yeah, so they showed off the activity cards in Sackboy: A Big Adventure. One card showed a level in progress and listed the objectives that they still need to complete. There was even an estimate that shows how much time you have left to complete a certain activity. It's not exactly trophies, it's more like tracking game progress, but it's like you can just call it up from the UI whenever you want, I guess.
As Sony put it, activities let players discover new gameplay opportunities to go back to things you missed and jump directly into levels or challenges you want to play. Sony Senior Vice President Hideyaki Noshino told Digital Foundry that the card system is like unlocking the hidden treasures in a game.
Ooh. Noshino added that the PS5 UX is centered around the getting of players into the game easier and faster, and they're making their available playtime more meaningful.
Some activities even offer in-game help, giving you hints without having to do a web search, so you can finally delete your bookmark on CC cheat codes. Is that what it's called?
Cheat CC.
Cheat CC.
Yeah.
Cheat CC. You can finally delete that Cheat CC bookmark. In some cases, you can even have a video hint playing alongside your game. That's for casuals, obviously. We wouldn't do that. There is a small catch. You have to be a PS Plus subscriber to get those tips, so.
Fucking bogus. I mean, I don't even want them, but that's so, like, it's already a stretch that you have to be a PS Plus subscriber to play multiplayer when, like, on PC.
PC is just
that should
free,
just,
always.
every game is multiplayer now, basically.
Yeah. Then again, I can also see it being like, it's one thing to have it be like in a platformer like Sackboy where it's like, where in the level is the robe? But like my questions are always like, what aspect do I need to spend the Titan blood on?
Of course, the activities and hints are optional. You can also just play the game the normal way, and one card noted the player's progress in Sackboy, pointing out that they were 33% completed.
Back to the UI, it was also nice to see how speedy the PS5 was during the demo as they showed off how to navigate the interface and switch between games. Sony said that to accomplish this, they rebuilt the entire software stack from the console to the network. That's great, because the PS4 menu is slow as fuck.
I know. That's gonna be kind of weird hitting the PS button and not seeing the entire game freeze for a solid 4 seconds.
Yeah, or being like, I want to watch Netflix, and then 25 minutes later, you're watching Orange is the New Black.
So they showed off a cool function where you can also chat with a friend and even watch along as they're playing a particular game. In the video from Sony, they paused Sackboy and watched another party member playing Uncharted: The Lost Legacy.
For all you sick voyeurs out there who like to watch, you'll be able to join parties and games hosted by friends directly from the control center. If you want to join a friend in a multiplayer game, you can just pull up a card and hop in thanks to the SSD.
They showed a player joining a match in Destruction All-Stars, and the game booted up in just a few seconds, which is awesome. Sony also showed the PS5's home screen, which is where you land when you boot up the console.
Yeah, it has 2 separate tabs for games and media. There's also an explore function that lets you check the news from Sony, info about games you're following, and trending media from the community. Sounds like this feature is still being worked on, and they said it's not every player will have access to it at launch. And all I hope for is that we can just unpin it and delete it or whatever, so it's not the first thing I see.
I am excited to see trending media from the community though. Yeah, and of course there's a PlayStation Store where you can buy games, the most important part. They also showed off how you can share media, like screenshots on social media, like Twitter or to a friend, and developers can flag images or videos that you send as containing spoilers.
The way you communicate with friends has also been streamlined. Your friend menu pops up in the control center without having to navigate over to it. You also get an in-game notification for a new voice chat with a friend, and you can start chatting without having to jump out of whatever game you're playing.
Oh, and another interesting feature, speaking of voice, the DualSense controller now supports voice dictation, so you don't have to use it to type, which is always time-consuming and a wonderful change. But yeah, so it's a lot of just kind of small quality of life improvements, and they're all centered around making it as easy as possible to keep playing while you're also doing other tasks.
It also seemed pretty intuitive, and it's clearly the product of a lot of work on Sony's part. Digital Foundry's Richard Ledbetter said that the UI reveal was a potential game changer for Sony. He wrote, "Sony's menu systems have always been polished, beautiful pieces of work. But for the next generation, this is married with a truly impressive range of in-game functions. There are some impressive new improvements to existing options, but also things we have never seen before in a console. God bless you, Sony."
I feel God in this UI tonight.
What if God was a gamer, just a stranger on the battle bus?
I'll be curious to see like what the picture-in-picture functionality like extends to, like if it'll go to like third-party apps, if I'll be able to watch a Twitch stream in a picture-in-picture while playing, or attend mass while jumping through Sackboy.
Well,
Probably
see, the good
not,
thing,
because doesn't Sony have its own like streaming platform?
So yeah, I was just about to say, they probably have some bonkers thing where it's like, yes, you could watch Twitch in picture-in-picture, but like the audio only comes through a controller or something insane, like some weird backdoor.
But they'll bill it like a feature. It'll be like, remember how the sword talked you through the controller and Transistor? Well, now you can hear all your favorite Twitch streamers that way too.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to Inside Gaming Daily for Wednesday. Ooh, we gotta look up inside that PlayStation 5 and its guts. Got up in its cracks and its crevices.
What'd you think?
Clean.
Ooh.
Everything seemed to fit inside. That was my takeaway.
Perfect.
I'm sending a resume to Digital Foundry right now.